what I saw at my dorm. Yo.
This story is about when I first moved to the city and joined the company.
Right.
Our company was running a dormitory at the time, and I was the one from the countryside.
Right.
So I decided to stay in the dormitory.
Okay.
One day after work, I came back to the dormitory and was eating my dinner with the TV on. It was almost midnight after working overtime. I was laughing and watching some comedy shows, and then I felt a sudden strangeness. You know, like it feels like someone is staring at you.
Yeah. Did it look like, did I get you? I mean, I blinked. I don't know what the past tense of blink is, but I definitely moved my eyelids, so I don't know if I got y'all. Cause sometimes when I pause, it looks like the video itself paused. But no, yeah, I know that feeling. You know, and more often than not, when I feel like somebody's looking at me or staring at me, 9 times out of 10, they're looking at me or they're staring at me. So, yeah. But there's a difference between someone actually looking at you and then something looking at you. I think something is looking at you. Now, the only thing you need to be looking at is what you got on your feet. If it's not what I think it is, you shit out of luck.
Feeling weird, I turned my head toward the window, and I couldn't move as my whole body stiffened with a tremendous chill. I couldn't even scream. The woman's face was stuck in the window as I turned casually to look.
Wow!
And she was staring at me without any movement.
Close the curtains.
Now, let's think about it. The windows in the dorm were not even small. It was just the size of a normal person's upper body. But look, a face big enough to fill that size of a window? Can you imagine what it was? And what was scarier was, I was on the 5th floor at the time. How could she even stand over there, staring at me? I was frozen. I couldn't run away. I could only just watch her glaring eyes. It was lucky that I could move as the ghost disappeared the moment someone knocked on my door. One of my coworkers in the next room came to my room saying that he had something urgent to do. And when he looked at my pale face, he asked me if I was okay. So I explained to him what I had just saw. And then his face looked a little stiff. Well, he didn't say anything anymore, but I knew it. I was sure. I'm not the only one who saw her here. Anyway, something strange has happened to me since then. Sometimes when people get together and talk about ghost stories, I suddenly start to feel nauseous. Like ghosts are coming to see me. For example, one day I was with my friends in a restaurant, and as soon as they started talking about ghosts, my skin turned pale, and I started sweating all over my body. At first, they thought I was lying or trying to prank them. But when I looked at the door with a serious look on my face and told my friends not to keep telling those stories, they all had to shut up. I think something's wrong with me.
You think?
So, anyone who's watching this story, I hope you guys always check out the window, especially when you're alone in your house. Always.
I mean, but you would think when something like that happens, you would keep your curtains and or blinds closed at all times, 24/7. Ew. Ew. I just seen the most weirdest thing a cat or any animal that I've seen do. it was like Lucy was on her back, but she was able, to lick her private area or something, or like her belly. It was like she was sitting on her back, but then her upper torso came up and she was able to lick this shit. But it was, I wish I was able to record that. That was so weird. It was like she had no spine. But you would think after seeing something like that in your window, yeah, that your blinds and or curtains would be closed at all times. I don't give a cluck what's going on. And you would also think that seeing something like that, you would get, you know what I mean, like a transfer. You would consider transferring schools, being homeschooled, dropping out. You know what I mean? Not just keep staying at that school, at that dorm. Like, that was crazy. And it's also crazy because it's like, not you weren't the only one that saw that. Now, you could have been hallucinating. You could have been on something. Could have been tired. I don't know. But all I know is you weren't the only one that to see that. So I think you're clocked for life. So with that being said, don't worry about getting no Adidas anything, not no shoes, not no shirts, not no drawers, not no pants, not no nothing. Cause you're already clucked. Like, you can't uncluck yourself, especially when you go in that deep. Pause. But yeah, that shit was crazy as hell. I mean, cause I would have thought like you were like hallucinating or on something, but then when you said you weren't the only one to see that raises a red flag, like a couple of red flags. So you better do something, and I highly suggest you don't stay at that dorm or that school any more longer than what you have to. If you do, hey. Keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy, my family. Long.